Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jason. Welcome back. It's December. I haven't made a video in 19 years. That's not necessarily true, but it feels like it feels a little true. Today, though, I'm really excited because for the first time, I'm partnering with a book box, which I already have been subscribing to for like 2 years because I'm a huge fan of it. So like, if that doesn't tell you how much I love this service, I don't know what I can do. I mean, what can I do? Tell me. The service I'm talking about is, of course, Book of the Month. So essentially the way Book of the Month works is every month you get a selection of 5 or so books to choose from, and you choose one of them. You can choose add-ons, and then they send you just the book. It's not like things like Ellery, which have all these other things in the box. It's just the book. And what's great about that is it means it's much more affordable, and they get the box to you much faster. So typically they'll put the books up that are available for the month on the first of the month, and I'll usually have my books within a few days. And that's also important because most of the books they let you choose are either new releases or early releases. So a lot of times you're getting a brand new hardcover before anyone else just because you're a Book of the Month member, and you're getting it for cheaper than all those other schmoes that aren't using Book of the Month. See, look at that. I also really appreciate that they really curate this list of 5 or so books that they're giving you options as, especially because a lot of the authors are new or upcoming authors. So it's a great way to discover new authors. You know, a lot of people on TikTok and Instagram and Book Talk are always saying, I wish you would talk more about new authors or different authors. We've already seen the authors that are already out there. We want new and different. Well, Book of the Month has that for you, and they curate an amazing list for you every single month. A lot of people ask me about this with some of the other like book boxes I've shown. So they do have a skip policy. You can easily just skip a month for free, and then they just don't send you a book that month. Easy. And if you'd like to try Book of the Month, you can use this lovely code and get your first book for $5, a brand new hardcover for $5. It's too good to be true, but it is true. It is. By the way, I am such a big fan of Book of the Month that I already had their Book of the Month tote, which you get for being subscribed for at least 12 months. I'm already there. I'm already a fan. So let's take a look at the books this month. Now, if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, you may have seen that I did a really quick video showing off the books. Here, I'm going to be explaining them a little bit more. So if you want a little bit deeper dive, this is the video for you. So first up, we have a contemporary fiction book. This is This Close to Okay. This is by Leesa Smith. This book is described as a story of a near tragedy that brings 2 lonely strangers together, and those 2 strangers may just have the ability to save each other's lives. For those of you who love contemporary fiction, you guys know that I like contemporary fiction. I talk about it a lot on all of my different channels. I'm really excited for this book. I also am like kind of hoping it's a tearjerker. I don't know if it is, but like, it looks tear-jerky, right? Like tear-jerky, it's not a word. It's not a word. But I'm really excited about this book. Really, I'm excited about a lot of these books, but just in general, I like something that has a lot of heart and feeling. I've also heard really good things about this book, so I can't wait to read it. You should just get used to me saying I can't wait to read it because I actually kind of feel the way about all the books. So let's just all come to terms with that. I think it's so funny that for my first Book of the Month partnership, they sent that this was one of the books that was the Book of the Month. So this is People Like Her, which is by Ellery Lloyd. You can see there's like a cell phone on the cover. So this is about an influencer and one creepy follower, and it's a thriller. I'm terrified. You know, a lot of you know that I've come into doing a lot of this like influencer stuff this year. It all kind of started with like the lockdown and everything. And I definitely I've had some amazing messages from people, but I have had some creepy messages from people. I'm worried that if I read this book, it's going to freak me out. But I love thrillers. I love thrillers so much. I actually am like not, people a lot of times ask me if I'm a big fan of Stephen King, and like I don't mind Stephen King, but I will always choose a thriller over a horror book. I love thrillers to death. To death! Oh no! But I can't wait. What did I say? I can't wait to read it. Just because, especially since I've become like part of this like whole social media world, I feel like it's gonna stress me out, but in like the right way. This next one sounds like such a guilty pleasure book, and it just sounds really fun. When I read you the description, you're gonna be like, why does that sound fun to you? But just go with me. So this is called The Wife Upstairs, and this is by Rachel Hawkins, all right? This is described as a twisty Southern Gothic about a rich husband, his young hot fiancée, and unanswered questions about his missing wife. Why does my head immediately go to Tiger King? Like, this has like those kind of vibes. I think Gothic is really cool. Again, this is a thriller, so it just sounds really fun and interesting. It probably isn't funny at all, but like I said just before, I do really enjoy thrillers, and this just sounds like right up my alley. And it also sounds like kind of like, you know, Lives of the Rich and Famous, and I'm here for it. I'm excited. Okay, so truth be told, this next book I was excited for even before it came in my book of the month. So I'm really excited. When I opened the box, this was the first book I saw, and I was like, yeah, yes, thank you. That is The Office of Historical Corrections by Danielle Evans. So this is actually a collection of short stories. I don't think Book of the Month has done a lot of short story collections in the past. I could be wrong, but I don't recall seeing very many. So I'm really excited that they're adding that into their repertoire. I think that's really great. So this is supposed to be sharp, insightful, very, very readable. And it's just a collection of stories that deals with like American life. We are talking more like contemporary American life. I don't know. I remember kind of hearing about this book, I want to say like a month or two ago, and was just like, yeah, I definitely want to check that out. And I also haven't read a lot of books that are like specifically short stories. A few years back, I read a couple that kind of put me off of it. And lately I've been thinking, you know what, I'm going to give it another try. So this will be really exciting to read. And like I said, I've heard that it's like a very addictive read. Like once you start reading, you just want to like keep flipping the pages. So I'm excited for that. Guys, listen up. I know I've said I'm excited about every book here, but when I tell you I am so excited for this next book. I mean, if I had to pick one to read first, this would probably be the one. Also, just because it's the time of year. A lot of you have been asking me for holiday reads, so here we go. This is In a Holidaze. I love the title so much. By Christina Lauren. So obviously, this is a rom-com. It like has Hallmark movie vibes written all over it. It's about a woman in pursuit of happiness who gets stuck in a time loop during the holiday season. What? And they also made note that it's brimming with Yuletide cheer. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready for this book right now. Like, ready. So some important points I want to make about Book of the Month before I finish up this video. Things that I have found to just really love about them over the past. Like I said, I've been a subscriber for 2 years, so I'm a big fan. Okay, so first of all, I love that all the books kind of like match up at the top. Not that sometimes there's one-offs, but most of them match up on the top. They're always the same size, so they look beautiful on your shelf. They're hardcovers, which you're getting for like a super crazy low price, which I love. I also love the variety. So that is my favorite thing. So like I said before, you can always skip a month if you want to with Book of the Month. That being said, I have never once skipped a month because there's always something that I want to read. And many of the books I have recommended on my YouTube, on my TikTok, on my Instagram are books that I found because of Book of the Month. And I think that's probably the coolest thing about Book of the Month is how many amazing authors, amazing books I've discovered simply because they were on the Book of the Month list. I saw it and I was like, I want to check that out. You know, there's just such a diversity from thrillers to contemporary fiction to rom-coms. They do also have options that you can choose that are young adult. So I know a lot of the people who follow me really love young adult books. They have young adult options on there as well. Again, a lot of the young adult books I found that I really love were on there. I also just want to make mention that a lot of the books that you will find in other book boxes that are more expensive, you can find on Book of the Month, and then you can get just the book if you don't want all the extra stuff, and also if you want to get the book at a more affordable price, because sometimes, listen, there's a lot of book boxes out there, but many of them are pretty expensive, and when you factor in shipping, they're even more expensive. So with Book of the Month, it's like just such a great affordable way to read brand new reads. It's also, let me just tell you, it's an amazing gift. So the past few years, my mom has actually gotten me Book of the Month subscription because she's like, I don't know what to get you. So I'm like, oh, just get me some credits. So she can like buy credits for me, like send me the gift, I can add them to my account, and then I just have credits to just use for multiple months for Book of the Month. Such a cool gift. And it's great because I know that a lot of people, when you're buying for readers, it's so hard because it's like, what books do they have? What books do they want? What do they like to read? I don't know. With this, you give them the option. So you're basically gifting them books and then they get to decide what they want to read. And it's always going to be new and early releases. So they're not going to be getting repeats or anything like that. I think that's really, really cool. So that is Book of the Month. Like I said at the beginning, I'll just reiterate here, I have a code. So if you use this code, you get your first book for $5. Imagine getting to read In a Holidaze for $5. I'm really excited for this book. I'm really excited for all of these books, actually. I'm going to try and read all of them this month. We'll see how that goes, but I'm going to try and read all of them this month. I really hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know if you subscribe to the Book of the Month, and also let me know, of the 5 books I showed you, which one of them are you the most excited for? Of course, as always, thank you for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and of course, happy reading.